Yep. So we are Wakana, the Crown Jewel of CBD. And I believe those that are with us tonight are very familiar with Wakana. Yeah. Actually, we just wrapped up our second round of our phase 3. So I'm pretty excited. I'm actually going to be in Chicago next week with the whole family. So we'll get to actually enjoy some plant-based restaurants while we're out there and not be on the cleanse.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to the 420 conference. I think it's going to be so much fun. Um, you know, we will be there as a whole family. So if anybody else is going to be there, we look forward to seeing you guys as well.
Yeah.
But I think it is going to be so much fun.
Yeah, definitely.
And even, like with working customer service and, like emails and all that stuff, you get to know people by their names, but not their faces,
Yeah.
So I look forward to even seeing and meeting people that we see their name all the time, but now we get to see their face.
Put a face with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I do also want to announce that so next Thursday, we won't have the Millennial Call because we'll actually be on our way to Chicago. I think we're going to leave our house at about noon or 1, and we usually take a while to get there with our youngest because he's he's only 3, so we got to plan on taking quite a few stops that way.
Newly potty trained, so
yeah, so he can
it'll probably take a little while.
So yeah, next week we won't be on the Millennial Call. We'll be making our way to Chicago, and we plan to get there actually around 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, maybe earlier than that if things run a little bit smoother. We also have Tammy from Boston in here. Welcome. We were just announcing to our family here that we won't be on the call next week, unfortunately, because we will be traveling to Chicago for the convention. We will actually, I know that's not until Saturday, but we want to get there early so we can spend family time and do a couple of things. I'm bringing 2 of my younger cousins with us that have never actually been into the city. So they're really, really excited to travel up north with their favorite aunt and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm going to play this video here and see you guys briefly. Oh, there you go. Disappeared.
So many industries struggled during the pandemic. The CBD industry grew over 30%. Welcome to Wakana. We offer natural and organically grown CBD products backed by our 30-day bottom-of-the-bottle guarantee. Our proprietary blends contain more than 15 essential oils like black seed and turmeric, which help in creating the ultimate entourage effect. We provide a certificate of analysis on all of our CBD-infused products. These tests are conducted by one of the top ISO labs in Florida to ensure quality and potency inside of every batch. We are one of the few companies in the world who conduct full panel testing to confirm our ingestible products are free of pesticides, mold, and other dangerous compounds. The foundation of Wakana is based on 4 pillars, including health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. According to the current CBD market, there is a tremendous opportunity for you to launch your own dispensary with Wakana. You can retail products online, earning from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume. By launching an online dispensary, you can win the loyalty of your customers by offering the hottest products like edibles, flower, hair care, tinctures, and topicals. Wakana isn't just a company, we are a movement. During the pandemic, we grew over 100% and expanded our headquarters from 1,000 to over 5,500 square feet. We have over 10,000 customers and a 5-star online rating from our satisfied customers and distributors. So what are you waiting for? Start partnering with one of the fastest growing and most reputable CBD companies in the world. Wakana, the crown jewel of CBD.
It just made sense to me. It was more so about teaching people a more natural way to be healthy.
We had the opportunity not only to just get the 40 acres, but also get the mule. In the waters where the sharks and piranha swim. Remember, couldn't see the sky, it was kinda dim. I never broke, I ain't got that kind of skin. They never should. Back for the crown again, royalty. If you got the time, we're gonna talk about loyalty.
I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at age 17, and now at age 51, I'm finally getting the relief that I need from my arthritis without all of the side effects.
I have witnessed thousands of people overcome so many challenges, chronic long-term challenges that they've not been able to really overcome with traditional pharmaceutical medication.
I went and played golf this year, and normally when I play for the first time after 18 holes, I'm really sore. I took my Impranium in the morning. I used some of the pain cream, on my knees, and it's like I hadn't played at all.
Well, Wakana isn't just a company, even though you can say it is a company, but we really formed this from the beginning to be a movement. We knew that the cannabis industry really had not catered to those who unfortunately were the victims of the war on drugs, and that was minorities, African Americans. And so in starting Wakana, it was really giving birth to an idea that we as African Americans, we as minorities, we as Black and brown people could absolutely play a big role in this. So we see this as a company, a movement that will absolutely revolutionize and change the cannabis industry and help impact minorities all around the world.
All right, I believe I seen a new name pop up. Not new as in first timer, but just coming in. I seen CL Bell. So we'd like to welcome you back to our call again.
Well,
Hope
so
you've all had a wonderful week thus far, and obviously a safe, wonderful weekend after this call here. We're gonna kind of get into I keep forgetting to start our video. I do apologize. So I did just touch on who we are as Wakana and just debrief about the movement that what we represent, our I would say our internal existence, and really we exist and we were formed to help end the negative stigma that has caused communities around the world to suffer and lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. And actually, I would say even till this day, it's really mind blowing that we're still seeing the history still affect us in such a negative way. But we're here to shine light and to turn things around. And even though you can't erase history, you can't undo what's already been done. We can take things for what we can and just make the best of it. So that's why I'm so happy to be in this space, because I feel like if anybody, we have the God-given right to be here. I mean, we were severely abused and mistreated behind this plant here. So I feel like it's due for us to really take advantage of it and utilize it. And, whether it's for pleasure, pain, just overall your health or your wealth. And I always love to touch on that. Let's see who we have here. Free the plant. Yeah, Puffy Pig said free the plant. I agree. You want to talk about the movement a little bit more?
Yeah, so we're the catalyst to stir a movement that inspires people to confidently move into the legal space as entrepreneurs, formulators, and inventors, invoking the courage and strength of people to take their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. I think that is such a powerful mission statement because, I did not learn really about entrepreneurship when I was younger. In school, like they talk about people that have their own business and things like that, but that's still like a very foreign concept to me. Like, how would I even get started? What would my business be? Like all these different things, like, I have no idea. And it really hasn't been until these recent years that I, just like being I mean, if I can just be transparent, but like being really unhappy with um, the jobs that I've had or things like that. And that like is like, well, there has to be more than this, there has to be more to life than working for somebody else and all those different things. So it's just like fantastic that you get to work. It's like a partnership. Really, when you join Wakana, it is a partnership. It's not you're working for, you're working with, and you really become a part of the business. Becomes, it's your business. Mm-hmm. It's something that you build your clientele, you go out there and they really give you that confidence, to be able to start something that is yours.
That's true. Very well said. I couldn't have put it together that elegantly. So let's talk about our founders, son, right? We can't really go too much into the business and the company and the history without taking our hats off to our 4 beautiful founders. First, we have Dr. Rita McGuire. She's an OB-GYN. She's also our chief medical officer. She has actually delivered well over 10,000 babies up to date, and just a phenomenal leader. She's always, I don't know if you guys follow her on any social media or any of the like the Flat Belly Lifestyle Facebook page, but she's always posting like the tastiest juice recipes, and I really I don't understand how she finds the time to be like delivering babies at 2 a.m. and
no
then
joke.
at the gym at 5, and then making juice at 7, and then at the gym again in the evening, and then at the hospital. It's like I feel like these 4 women honestly don't sleep.
Yeah,
there's no way. I just feel like there's no way, because I feel like
there's only 24 hours.
With my day, I'm lucky. Like with my workload is like nothing compared to the amount of things that they have to do, and I'm lucky if I get like one thing done around the house on a work day. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I don't understand how y'all. Maybe I need to hire somebody to teach me more about time management or something, because I don't see how y'all find the time. I really want to know. This is me asking transparently from the heart. Please help me out. Help me figure out how to utilize my time the way y'all do, because y'all be killing it. Then we have Senator Dr. Patricia Van Pelt, our CFO, and our CFO. I don't think they made she's our president, right? She's Wakana's president, but we did bring Ron. Please forgive me, I can't remember his last name, as our new CFO. I'm not sure if that was formally announced, so if it wasn't, please forgive me. And then we have Melissa Boston, ATAB, and that is my mother as well, and she is our CEO, and I just love her to pieces, and I really can't wait to see her. I know it's going to be a really crazy week next week with everything going on, and I know I'm going to be put to work as soon as I get there, but it's okay, because it's like, I go on vacation to see my mother, and I know we're going to be working on vacation, and I'm fine with that, because that's helping, it's helping her at the same time. So I'm really looking forward to just spending that time, and then, the kids and my wife all like spending time with her. So we just look forward to seeing you next week. And then we have our lovely Phyllis Nash. She's truly became like another mother figure to me as well. I've known her more than a decade and a half now. I would say, yeah, since I was about 12, and I'm gonna be 30 in August. So I don't like that. Anyways, we ain't talking about that no more. So let's move on. No. Yeah, let's move on about the 30. Let's forget I even said that. All right, I'm 29. I ain't talking about being 30 until I'm 30. So you don't hear me mention it until after my birthday. Then I'll say, yeah, I had a birthday last week. Then we'll move on. But yeah, those are our 4 founders. We just love them to pieces, and really appreciate each and every one of them. And like I said, we wouldn't be here without these 4 ladies, and we wouldn't be here if one woman, Melissa Boston, if she did not have her vision and she didn't act on it. Because anybody, can have a vision. Anybody can have something come to them that can really be life-changing. Many of us have had things that we think about and we kind of sit on for too long, and then next thing you know, many years has flown by, and we kind of look back like, man, I should have probably acted on that. And I'm just really thankful that she knew herself and she listened to her spirit and she listened to God telling her, look, this is not something that you need to wait on. This is what you do. You need to move. And I really appreciate that too. So you want to talk about our medical advisory board?
Yeah, so Wakana is, like I would just be like, what CBD selling company has such a board like this? Like that has backing and support from so many medical professionals that are all working together, that use the product, that have sometimes they, advise their patients and different things to try it, especially, when people have tried so many typical pharmaceutical treatments, like, well, here's something new that doesn't have all these side effects. Like it just hits home way more, and I just think it's really exciting that a company would put first such a big medical team. Like they know that people they still want their medical professionals.
Right.
So you have a huge group here from MDs to pharmacists, social workers, psychologists, chiropractors, nurses. I mean, it's phenomenal. It is really, really phenomenal. So it's just really exciting to be a part of a team like that.
It's true. That is so true. This is our farm bill brought forth to the table in 2014 and not formally passed until 2018. So the goal of the 2014 Farm Bill was to pretty much generate and protect research in hemp. Under the 2018 Farm Bill, hemp is now treated like any other agricultural commodity in many ways. So therefore, with it being, so 2018, that's just 4 years ago. So with it being so new, even though they say, it can be treated like any other agricultural commodity, they're still really, really, I would say, tough on it and real kind of just, it's like what for what? You know what I'm saying? You don't even regulate liquor and all these other things that, are actually harmful to the body the way you do hemp. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But that's one reason why, compliance is so important and really like knowing the laws, because sometimes there's loopholes being thrown in. And it's like, what's the point? What? So it's kind of like, it's good that like we do have a compliance team. We do have people who are like, literally behind the scenes that, there's a lot of things kind of changing and a lot of moving parts. So it's really nice to be a part of a company that has people behind the scenes that are doing things to make sure that we're moving in compliance and we're not doing things an incorrect way that could jeopardize our business. Because when I say our business, I mean our business, like every distributor, whether you're you're a distributor, whether you're Diamond, whether you're Emerald, or whether you have a bronze dispensary, silver, or you're brand new. This is our business, and we don't want something to to happen to where something's jeopardized. So I really, really, really appreciate. I want to just shout out our compliance team and how hard and how much effort is put in the background. Like a lot of times things operate smoothly and you just kind of take it for granted. For instance, you drive a nice car, you're looking at the outer interior, you're looking at the seats and whatnot. You don't see the engine and the transmission and all the things that's actually making the car actually move. So we just
giving you that luxury drive and
that smooth drive. I mean, yeah, you can have a Mercedes, but go get a stick and go get some rocks and put them in the the front of the car,
and
then try to start it up and see, if you don't got no engine in there, you ain't gonna run. So yeah,
exactly. So cannabis has moved in such a different direction. It has went from legal, we're talking way back in colonization type, beginnings of America and beyond that, and then being illegal when it was war on drugs and different things like that. And it really is sad, like history. It's sad how history has went, and it's like you had said earlier, there's nothing that we can do to change the past. But it is awesome to see that we're moving into the direction of legal cannabis. The truth is coming out, research is able to be done. And so people are really getting the knowledge because people deserve that kind of knowledge. I think it's like fundamental right to be able to be to have that information. We all need right health information, and if this is helpful to us and it's not causing us side effects, then we should have that.
Yeah, and especially as minorities, and I won't even go deeper, especially Black minorities, African American minorities, because at the end of the day, really, when you think about it, it was a no-brainer for me personally, because I felt like, okay, here's something that, like Sharon said, went from legal to illegal to legal. And, it's really, the ironic thing is, I was just kind of thinking of it from a standpoint of when I say this is something that we must do, something that we really almost have to take advantage of, because I mean, think about it. We suffered the most from it, right? Well, who was making the laws back then? Who was sentencing our uncles, our older cousins, our relatives, many of our fathers and whatnot? Well, their children, their grandchildren now, they're starting up marijuana companies and CBD companies and whatnot.
And using
so the irony, they're using it, they love it, they're infusing it, they have all type of they're making a lot of wealth from it. And I just feel like it's just such a disservice and such an injustice
while your grandfather is still sitting in.
Yeah, your father, grandfather, uncle, and even sometimes aunt, cousin, mother is still, maybe they're out of prison now, but maybe they're already institutionalized. And it's just so much pain and like separation like behind it, to where it's kind of like, no, this is a birthright. This is a God-given right to me to really take advantage of this, because there's no way there's going to be all this money made and us as African Americans aren't going to be on the forefront of making that money. No way. So definitely like to. And that brings us into the trajectory of CBD. This as you see, for 2024, was projected to be $20 billion, but we've already broke records on this chart. 2019, the CBD industry started off as a $5 billion industry, and the trajectory is out of the world. I don't honestly know the number where we're at. Lewis may know that number, because guys, if you are familiar with Lewis, he's been on the call with us most weeks. He's always dropping so many gems and dropping knowledge. So he may know the number actually that we are in, because I know the trajectory, as you see here, showing 20 billion by 2024, but I believe we're actually past that. We do have a comment I want to read. So he said, yeah, the revenue from cannabis is 25 billion. So I know cannabis is, but what's the CBD? Because I think that may be charted differently. And if I'm wrong, please correct me. But he said the history of cannabis is being suppressed because the forces that be can't handle the fact they're on the losing side of history, and they can't take over this industry so easily. That's true. There is a reason why they call it weed. It grows like a weed. It can't be suppressed, and it can't be stopped.
Well, I also think saying that is that the tables are turning.
Yeah.
And so there will be resistance. Obviously there's always going to be resistance when tables turn, but that does not mean that it's a bad thing or that it's not going to happen. But maybe some people are going to be a little butthurt, and that's okay. So just talking about Wakana, like how it fits in to that financial numbers is really great, because it's got its revenue in CBD. You can see it has its revenue in hair care, because we have a whole hair care line. We have facial line from creams. They added, which I haven't got to try, and I look forward to trying that, but like a face mask and things like that. So it goes into skincare. We have the essential oils, which is still a big business. People love infusing and using essential oils. So we fit in there a little bit. And we have our lifestyle, flat belly lifestyle for weight loss and health. And so we're in that weight loss community as well as the wellness community, because we're getting between the weight loss of flat belly lifestyle. We are doing the scans, we're training coaches, that's in that wellness, that's in that 3.4 trillion, and it's probably way more than that, because people at this time, you think we went through COVID and different things, it really did open up people, I think, to think, I have to start taking care of myself. And so that industry is booming, because people realize that it really doesn't matter how much, I mean, obviously money is something, it pays your bills, it makes life more comfortable. But if you're not healthy, what on earth do you really have?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because that money stays here and you don't. Like, you leave it behind. And, so it's just like, if you don't take care of this body right now, then it's kind of game over.
Very well said. It's true. I mean, life, what is life without health? You can look in some of the, there's some countries, like some different islands, tropical places, where there's not necessarily a lot of financial, like growth or anything, but people are happy because they're healthy, they eat off the land, and they're,
they get to enjoy it.
And then you look some places, money's abundant, and money doesn't actually buy happiness. I mean, it can definitely, money came my way, I'm not gonna be like, you ain't gonna make, I'm not like against it or nothing like that. I'm just saying that, hey, I want to have my health first, then I want to have my wealth with that as well. But what are you without your health? Very well said.
You have to prioritize yourself.
For sure.
So what is CBD? So it's short for cannabidiol. It's a compound that naturally occurs in industrial hemp out of the more than 85 different cannabinoids, which I think it's closer to 100 that they found. And they'll probably keep finding different ones, with research. It is the second most common next to Delta-9, which is their typical THC that, you hear people talk about when they say they are getting high, Unlike THC, CBD is non-psychotropic and produces the health without the high. Yeah, absolutely. Like, you don't necessarily, not everybody wants to be high, or it's not the right time to be high, right? Like, you maybe have particular things that you need to do and be at a certain functioning level, and but you still have things like aches and pains, you still have things like anxiety, you still have those different things. Those things maybe don't necessarily stop, and you still need something to help you get you through that, so you can keep your train of thought, your thinking at maximum level, and still getting all those benefits.
That's true. I want to read Lewis's comment. He said, I recently had my medical infusion, and before I was scheduled for this infusion, I was medicating with cannabis, and only one new lesion grew. The lesions are from multiple sclerosis. Too early to call, but the fact that one new lesion grew speaks to the medical aspects of this plant.
Yeah, wow. That is amazing. You have such a powerful testimony when it comes to cannabis. I don't think that people realize, people with chronic diseases, how now I don't have any experience, so I'm just, just from a nurse's perspective, when you work with people that have chronic diseases, like, you get tired, because you're always being thrown a new medication, or, like trial medication, or, let's try this, let's try that. And so you become, like, you're being treated as a guinea pig, and sometimes there's like a lack of respect there from medical to you as a person dealing with this. And you have so many side effects that come from medications. You know, I was put on metformin a couple years ago. They wanted to try metformin on me, and I was like absolutely devastated by the side effects that I experienced from that. And there's a couple other medicines that they had put me on related to hormone like therapy. And if it was a side effect, I was experiencing it. And that's just not like the ultimate way to live. And so, you know, cannabis and even with the flat belly lifestyle, that combination of bringing health back into our lives has, you know, we don't need those medicines, you know, and, you know, people that have chronic things, even if it's, you use it with your medications, if it can alleviate some of those side effects, or you can use less of those medications, you know, like that is really something to look at. So this is also just a little bit more of a breakdown with THC and CBD and the difference. So you can see that THC has those psychoactive effects that we just talked about. It stimulates the receptors in the brain, brain's pleasure center, releases higher than normal levels of dopamine, and that's what creates the high sensation. Where CBD is non-intoxicating, it stimulates receptors in the brain that regulate pain perception, anxiety, nausea, and more. Medical applications include anti-inflammatory and pain relief. So it's crazy that you could still get that. You know, the difference between marijuana and CBD is that marijuana has those high levels of THC and low levels of CBD, where our products, especially like the power products, are just reversed: high levels of CBD and low levels of THC.
I want to read this next. So Lewis said, during the infusion, they wanted to give me Benadryl to help my body fight against a possible allergic reaction to the medication. The logical side of me said, well, if I'm going to be allergic to the medication, then why give it to me? That is very logic. So I just played it off and spit out the liquid form of the Benadryl. Wow. Have you experienced like you know, like the just like how you watch commercials about certain medications, when they talk about the side effects, and sometimes the side effects are more
more extreme,
ridiculous and more extreme than the actual root and the actual disease sometimes.
Sometimes it could be scary if you listen to the side effects. And you know, it's crazy because commercials, you know, they always add that at the end.
They say it fast.
It's like, it's really fast, it's a lot, and
then it's always a real high-pitched voice or real low voice. Studies have shown that this medicine can decrease bone growth, and it can make you grow 7 eyes or something crazy.
It's but you know, seriously, so I don't know, it's unfortunate. Sometimes medicine is necessary. You know, like it's not like anybody sitting here is like anti-medicine, but should always be the first line of fixing things. If most diseases, about 80% of diseases that people face can be reduced or reversed with lifestyle changes, you know. So, you know, maybe we just need to get everybody into a plant-based diet. We just need to get everybody into using more natural, holistic products and looking at the person as a whole, instead of trying to just treat this one symptom and creating more symptoms. And that's also, you know, this chart kind of shows how the different cannabinoids help with multiple symptoms. So there is some side effects, right, with THC and CBD, in the sense of if used too much, right, you can be a little bit more lethargic and things like that, but not side effects. The side effects aren't death, or like you said, you know, just like debilitating unreversible, horrific side effects. And so we can see CBD touches so many different things with reducing pain, nausea and vomiting, improving sleep. I still say it's a combination. I just take even just the pure sometimes, and it just relaxes me so good. I have a great night's rest, and so it's just, helping relieve anxiety. It's interesting because, you get put on anti-anxiety medication. Okay, well, your anti-anxiety medication is causing you, let's say, a side effect that you feel like is not. No way. I can't focus. I'm sorry.
You're on camera, Elijah. People can see.
This is, you're being witnessed. This is what we have to live with.
People are watching you. Come on.
He's not happy with us. Anyway, so I think I kind of lost my train of thought there for a second, but just the idea of starting a medication that's going to cause you another symptom, and then you're going to get another medication on top of that, and you become over medicated, is a really big problem. But we don't see very many things where you can take something like this and it's helping with all these different possibilities.
You want to talk about the endocannabinoid system, so?
Yeah, absolutely. So, like the question is, well, how does it work? How does it do all these regulating things? How is it helping my anxiety and my pain? Like, how is that even possible? How does it, people, when we went to our vending event, we had this lady that was like reading, the bottle, and it says, it helps with sleep, something else, right? What does it say on the bottle? Sleep, something, insects. And she said inflammation. Yeah, I'm sorry. And she said, I get the first two, but I don't get the second part, But sometimes that can be really tied in with anxiety or different things like that. So, and it's crazy because, females' uterus has a lot of receptor sites. So the endocannabinoid system is just like the other systems in your body. But this is newer in the sense of how doctors found it in about the 90s. And it really kind of brings the body into homeostasis, and it uses those endocannabinoids because we already produce cannabinoids. Babies get cannabinoids from mother's breast milk. And so the plant just kind of stimulates and is very similar to the cannabinoids that we have in our body. And so sometimes we can become depleted, and that can lead to disease processes. And so this is a great way to supplement. You have low vitamin D. What do? You take a vitamin D supplement, or you get out in the sun and get some more vitamin D. And so it's just, it really is, it's amazing. I bet there is just going to be so much more to learn. Like, since it's only from, the 90s that they really kind of got some of that understanding. There's no way they know the full extent.
No. These are some of our products that we have here, and what kind of and it's just a glimpse of them too. We do offer quite a good variety. I like to say this is our flat belly brew. It's a gourmet coffee, and it is made from green coffee beans, so it is also infused with CBD. And with the green coffee beans, they're not as potent. So for those like myself that really can't really do a lot of caffeine and whatnot, really love this coffee because I can do it and it doesn't bother me, and I don't get that
more of a focused.
Yeah, well, and also don't get that caffeine. I don't even know what to even call it. Like sometimes I can drink regular coffee, but it's hit and miss. Other times I'll drink it and I'll be up all night. And I don't mean I drunk it in the evening. I mean drank it in the morning, and then literally the nighttime comes, and then I'm up through the whole night. And then, that's how sensitive I am to caffeine. I can't really do it. And over here we have some of our hair care products, or body oil kind of in the cut some. this is our hand and surface sanitizer. And I like to highlight different items just so you can see just the overall variety for one. And then the all of our products have their own personality, which I love that, but they also all flow together very well. And I do believe that is very important because beauty catches the eye first, and then you fall in love with what's on the inside. And that's just like with our vending events. You know, we had people that were not really familiar with CBD, and maybe you know, it's actually it was interesting like how many people came by and actually glanced over. Like I didn't really know what this was at first, but I liked how it looked. You know what I'm saying? So it really does make a difference. You know, you can have a good product, but you know, we had bottles of gummies with labels and then handwritten stuff on it, and it would kind of do it really a disservice because you know we have a phenomenal line and really high quality premium product. So got to have a premium look as well. This ties into the industry some that you were talking about, the CBD industry, skincare, essential oils, hair care, wellness and immune, and weight loss. Just kind of showing in retrospective how we tie into many different industries here. You want to talk about some of our power products?
Yeah, so this is when we talk about that different ratio of high CBD and low THC, these are the products that we're talking about. They have that 0.3% THC legal limit, and it's that or less, you know, so, and then the rest is CBD. And when we heard the video, they use different combinations of different essential oils, like and extractions like turmeric and black seed oil to work together, you know. So I don't know, you know, like turmeric is also an anti-inflammatory. Black seed oil is also you know, related to like that antiviral. It's great. So it's just like a good conjunction combination, so you're getting really the best bang for your buck when you're taking it.
And I like to also highlight, we have quite a few distributors here tonight. This is a question sometimes I often get, like, our gummies all of our gummies can literally help with inflammation and improve sleep, whether it is our power gummies, our broad spectrum, our delta, and our KLJ. So it kind of depends on what it is they're looking for. And so let's say if they're the kind of person that really deals with like high intensity inflammation, then the Delta 8 is definitely the way to go as far as sleep and whatnot like that, because sleep, and that's if, I don't know, how do I want to put it? That's if they can manage to only take it at nighttime. You don't want to take Delta 8 throughout the day. But the thing I love about the pure and the power gummies is I can take those morning and night. And although they do improve the quality of my sleep, they don't induce my sleep. They don't make me feel like, oh, I've got to go to sleep right now. Because you take the Delta, you got to go to sleep when the Delta tell you to go to sleep. But with the pure and the power, I love that I can lay down and go to sleep when I choose, feel relaxed. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that may make me want to like encourage me to go to sleep, but it's not going to like make me just conk out. So, but I definitely love both. I only do the Delta every few weeks or so. And then our KOJ obviously it's a full spectrum gummy. It does have the CBD in it as well, but it also has a couple other things that can address problems, you know, like sexually, whether it is, you know, anxiety related, because once again, it's still the CBD in it. So that's one cool thing about our products. We try to not only give the best quality, but also give a variety of different ingredients in our products. So that way you're not having to get 7 different things for, you know, 7 different issues. Like, you know, so let's see, I don't know if they put this in medical journals, but I really believe black seed and CBD have a correlation with each other. Well, the thing about indica and sativa follows the same aspect into hemp, not just marijuana. But yeah, definitely black seed oil and CBD, definitely they do work very well together. I'm not sure if it has something to do with absorption, or not, but that was the whole reason why black seed oil is added to our hemp MD, our regular Power 500, and then even our broad spectrum drops. Only thing that black seed oil isn't added, only tincture black seed oil isn't in is the culinary stuff, because you don't want to have those type of
Or the
oils,
peppermint.
or the peppermint isn't added into that type of stuff, because you don't want to have that when you're trying to like cook a savory dish, or you're adding it to your mocktail or your wine or something, and you know what I'm saying? So give you more of a just a pure taste. And these are our vapes right now, as you can see. In our smokable. And these ain't even, so our Delta vapes aren't on here, but so these are our CBD vapes, actually. I'm sorry. So our Raspberry Jane, it's more like I would say a recreational vape, something I've seen people use this when they're trying to stop smoking and whatnot, because they smoke out of habit sometimes. This is 100 milligrams of CBD, so still CBD in that vape, but definitely a lot less potent than the hypnotic over here, which is more of a therapeutic vape. Therefore, if you're somebody like me who suffer from anxiety, or somebody that has some sort of chronic pain or trouble with like sleeping or whatnot, this is definitely a good option, because you're getting that CBD directly, almost if you're smoking a pre-roll. But it's just about how you your preference on consuming it. Some people can't really stop and smoke when they have anxiety or something like that, or maybe they're at work and they want to just step outside and pull their vape out and take a nice drag and go on and go on about their day. So it's all about having options. That way everybody has something that's suitable for their lifestyle.
Yeah. And
We have a question. So does the peppermint oil have CBD? So actually so our essential oils are just essential oil. They don't that our peppermint spray is the only oil that is it's like pre-diluted, if that makes sense. So everything, all of our oils that come like tinctures, they're pure oils. So you would have to like either mix them with the carrier, depending on what you're using them for. But our peppermint spray is diluted already to where you can, it's already ready to use. You can spray it, whatever you got to do. But no, it doesn't have, our peppermint oil doesn't have
so the
CBD
CBD is not in the essential oils, but it's the other way around.
Yep, the essential
peppermint
oils.
oil and the other black seed oil and the turmeric aren't in the tinctures.
Yep, in the tinctures. Just asking because I have a recipe in my head that calls for peppermint and it is edible. I see. Nice.
As long as it's got peppermint and chocolate, I'm in.
Yeah, that sounds good. You always put I want to, when you put that together, I definitely want to know how it turned out.
Yeah, for sure.
And then if we come out to the East Coast, we definitely gonna have to try that. Try whatever it is that you create.
Yeah. We're gonna have to travel more.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
have to we got to see you guys.
Yeah, for sure.
So we also have different products that also have CBD in it. That is our whole hairline. As you can see, the shampoo has it's 100 milligrams of CBD, 100 milligrams in the conditioner, and it looks like 200 milligrams in the leave-in detangler, which is great because you're kind of I usually use that when my hair is dry, like as a refresher. And so it's great to think like that they make these products that are infused with CBD because, like if you deal with like chronic scalp conditions, alopecia, things like that, that CBD can be relieving. It can be healing. So it's a really great combination as well that you can be using topically. Mm-hmm.
Lovely. So these are some of our hair oils that address breakage and different things like even alopecia. And so before we had the beard and scalp oil, we were using the hemp-powered hair on our beard. I'm actually still using the hemp-powered hair occasionally. I haven't got to try the beard and scalp oil, but Mr. Lewis has, and he's a fan of it. So definitely if there's anybody that, I feel like there's literally something for everybody. You know, that's the cool thing about Wakanda. Literally something for everybody.
Yeah,
and
we're all included.
everybody's included, all inclusive.
Yeah. And even our chefs.
Yeah, our
Yeah.
chefs ain't even left out. So we got our different seasonings right now. You can see Flavor King in the forefront, right behind the butter, chili lime, garlic fire, and then our culinary and water soluble in the background. These are all infused with CBD, and really like tasty too, I must say, the seasonings. I haven't got to try this butter, but I've always heard and always hear how tasty it is. I'm definitely gonna have to get my hands on some of it so I can try it for myself. And then of course these were the CBD tinctures we talked about that aren't actually infused with any essential oil.
Yeah,
The
so they
Culinary
don't
Plus.
change the taste.
Yeah, they don't change the taste whatsoever. The water soluble, you can't even taste it. You mix it in your
You put in water
drink or
and
your
not taste it.
smoothie. Yeah, definitely put it in water, and there's really no taste. At least no taste for either of us. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that'll probably be like, no, you can taste it, but I'm not able to taste it. And then our Culinary Plus it's nothing but pure CBD in it as well.
Yeah, we love using those seasonings. Like you make that really good mushroom dish, and oh my goodness, it's so good. It is so good.
Have the wife massage the beard and scalp oil on your beard. Yeah, definitely. Definitely have to ask.
Don't volunteer me for I know.
Definitely have to inquire about that here. Thank you. These are our essential oils.
The essential. I actually like when you say that because I'm like, it's true. You know, like what more do you really need?
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we said, the healing effects of peppermint and black seed, eucalyptus opening you up, tea tree oil is a great antifungal. And lemon oil, I love infusing lemon, like putting it in the diffuser because those citrus oils are very healing, you know, like in the emotional sense. Like they just really like give you that, they're uplifting, you know, like the smell of an orange, it just makes you think of yourself as like sitting on the beach or something like, you know, very tropical or something like that, you know. So I think that it is a great combination, you know, frankincense, which is a combination with the MCT coconut oil. Like, and if it since it's in combination with the MCT coconut oil, it's probably like you can pretty much probably use it right out the jar, because a lot of these things you should, especially if you're using them topically, you should be using like a carrier oil because they're pretty concentrated and they're fat soluble. So when you put them in the carrier oil, it's like a slow or absorption.
Our Flat Belly Lifestyle 2.0, plant-based for your blood type. So we talked about earlier, just coming off of our phase 3 cleanse, and it's really exciting. You know, I'm definitely really like just intrigued and really just looking forward to seeing everybody completing their cleanses and, you know, and starting them and feeling just motivated and empowered by all the testimonies and all the before and after pictures we've been seeing of everybody just glowing and changing one by one, literally states across the whole nation. And it's really something really, really beautiful to see everybody really taking a hold of their health and gaining back confidence. And even those that didn't have weight to lose, some of them did it because they had, is you can't see all diseases. You can't see everything going on with somebody internally. Diabetes doesn't always mean somebody's overweight because they suffer, you know, when they suffer from diabetes. So it's kind of one of those things where it's just, you know, really like a blessing to have this brought forth to us. It's definitely changed our lives, I would say, definitely for the greater. We're
Definitely on the same page.
Oh yeah, on the same
page. Like if anything, being like involved in Flat Belly Lifestyle and the eating, like there is no like you're gonna eat this way, I'm gonna eat this way. You know, it's like we're on the same page. And I think that is so important, you know, to try and get your tribe, your team, somebody that you can be in teamwork when you're doing such a big lifestyle change is really important.
Oh yeah. That is for sure. And these are some of our sexual products and sexual health products. So you can see we have shave oil, our CBD lube. You've seen the KLJ pop up a few times here, and actually the G Spot lube was on a slide as well. And I'll say this just to say that all of these products are really made with care and love, because there's nothing in here harmful whatsoever. Unlike, you can go to a gas station and there's all type of odd things in there, and you got to think like, these are intimate products, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you really want to be careful and mindful about what you're putting in your body, and all infused with CBD. And didn't you said the womb and the uterus has
it has a lot of
lot
receptor sites. We talked about the endocannabinoid system. So it's just kind of awesome that you can have a product that is also infused with that CBD. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
And this brings us to our disclaimer. So our products are not for use or by sale for anybody under the age of 18. Our vaping products, they're not for use or for sale by anybody under the age of 21. You obviously want to use the products as directed on the label. And if you're nursing, pregnant, consult your physician. And honestly, whether you are or not, still consult your physician, because you want to be on the same page with your health provider. With your primary health care giver. How do you say that? Primary health care
provider.
Provider. Okay, so I said it right the first time. It just didn't sound right. Primary health provider. I don't know, that I never said that out loud, I guess, but to me it didn't really sound correct. So
yeah, because just like the consulting with your physician before you use, if you have serious medical condition or use prescription medication. We see a lot of diabetes, which that's maybe like metformin if that's oral, or sometimes different insulins or things like that, or hypertension, high blood pressure. People can be on more than just one medication, high doses, those different types of things. So, and that's just a couple examples. But you start taking CBD, and it can actually, it has shown some improvement with blood sugar. It's shown improvement with high blood pressure. So when you're taking those kind of medications along with something that's helping decrease as well, you just don't want your pressures to be getting too low, because you're also taking those medications. Your doctor needs to be informed so that if the medication needs to be lowered, then that's what's going to happen. As much as if you want to talk to your doctors, you need to have doctors that are willing to have a conversation with you, because it should not be like, it's what I say and that's that, because it's your body, it's your health. You should be given informed consent, and you should be able to sit down and have a conversation with your doctor, and it should be a teamwork, a co-creation type of thing. So
Lewis said, I find it hypocritical that CBD is outlawed, but CBD is within breast milk. Yeah, it's really mind-boggling. Like, honestly, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, so we were thinking that babies are getting cannabinoids. They're the cannabinoids that our body is producing, but it's still a type of cannabinoid, still working within the same system that responds to CBD and other compounds in cannabis. And it just seems strange, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the babies, obviously, they do well. They like it. So, but I think, we talked about just how hopefully research will catch up and we'll find out so much more. So
it's true. So that brings us to the end of our call, where looks like we're at 9:07, and those of you that are on the East Coast, it is about 10:07 at this time. So I also want to, just as a reminder, I believe everybody was already online when we announced that next week we actually won't be on the Millennial call. We'll be on our way to Chicago for the conference. coming up Thursday. Spend a couple days, extra days before everything kicks off. So definitely gonna miss you guys, but we will be back on the following week. So I just wanted to make sure that you all knew that, so that way you're not just left hanging and like, where are they at? So yeah, we will be seeing you guys in 2 weeks. The research has been done. The government gave itself a patent in 2003, which I'm positive y'all are aware of the research. Oh yeah, there's much research done. I just think as far as like the endocannabinoid system and whatnot, I want to learn more about it. I feel like even though it's only been discovered a couple of decades ago, I feel like there's going to be more to come out. And I think we're going to be even more blown away than what we already are. And I'll really be looking forward to that.
Right. And I think I understand what you're saying. Like, they've done the research. Like, if you're willing to put a patent out, well, you have to have had like some good education to know why you'd want to put a patent on that.
Well, it's like they spend all the time trying to make it look bad that they kind of backfired. They spent so much money and time trying to demonize it, and then they couldn't really find anything wrong with it. So, that's
I just think that it'll be just kind of like a blanket pulled off, like there's probably so much more information that's there and just not shared out in public yet, or just not like for the overall masses to know. But it's gonna change.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but so we're gonna we're gonna say goodnight and get these children to bed. They're being awfully quiet.
So they're being naughty.
Something's going on here. I ain't too worried about our oldest Anaya, but it's the one that you guys seen, Elijah. He's up to something because he's never really this quiet at this time.
Maybe he's watching something he really likes.
He could be.
Yeah, he loves Power Rangers.
Yeah, Power Rangers, yeah.
So
that could be the thing. So we're gonna say good night, and you all have a wonderful week. And once again, we'll miss you guys next week, but we'll be back in 2 weeks. Oh, it looks like he's got a potty. You got a potty? You better not go potty. What are you doing? You're doing the pee-pee.
No, he just wants to see himself. So everybody have a good night. Have a good weekend. And hopefully if you're in Chicago or going to the event, hopefully with that, we will see you.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Good night. Louis said right. Oh, he said night. Yep. Good night. Love you all.